Our founding fathers believed in freedom and gave their lives for the cause of liberty. They fought to establish a moral society in which men could pursue their dreams without fear of religious, political, or social persecution.
My name is Sean Maroney, and I count it a privilege and honor to help the public schools of America.
The schools of today barely resemble the schools of 50 years ago. Classroom problems like talking out of turn and chewing gum have been replaced today with drug and alcohol abuse, teenage pregnancy, and suicide. Crime is rampant with dropout rates at an all-time high. Schoolyard shootings have devastated our nation and have transformed our halls of learning into a war zone.
While attending public school, I felt under the pressure of my peers and struggled with almost every addiction I could possibly get into. Slowly but surely, I was heading down the road of destruction. I even had a teacher say to me, if there was a vote for the one least likely to succeed, you'd win.
You get a hold of alcohol, and it will get a hold of you. You can choose your actions, but you cannot choose the consequences.
And the prison sentence is nothing compared to the life sentence that I'm going to live with, knowing what I did and the consequences of what I did. The loss of life. It didn't have to happen, period.
We are diligent to protect our borders from terrorism, while the ultimate terror that targets our young people remains at large. This terror comes in the form of alcohol-related accidents, firearm-related homicide, and suicide.
I have seen many of my friends die due to suicide, drug overdoses, and car accidents that were alcohol-related. I have sat where a lot of teenagers sit today, on the edge, living life in the fast lane and not knowing how to stop.
Suicide, a permanent solution to a temporary problem. What do each of these young people have in common? They are all promising teenagers that were victims of bullicide. We're talking about real lives, real tragedies. Teenagers like Daniel Scruggs, a 12-year-old that took his life because he couldn't handle the constant bullying at school. Travis Swan started using drugs at a young age. He shared his problem with his mother but found no solution to his downward spiral. His addiction led to harder drugs, and on October 31st, he took his own life because he could not continue the fight, which constantly tormented him with drugs. 135,000 teenagers bring a gun with them to school every day. Do you remember Columbine? They thought it would never happen.
Yes. Okay. And the school is in a panic, and I'm in the library. I've got students down under the table, kids.
I gotta get to my daughter at Columbine. I've been trying for an hour. I can't get anywhere near there. My son is Eric Harris, and I'm afraid that he might be involved in the shooting at Columbine High School.
It involves how?
He's a member of what they call the Trench Coat Mafia.
This doesn't have to happen. Peer pressure, addiction, and crime are the gateways to destruction that our young people face every day. These downward spirals lead to physical ailments, prison, or death.
As a teenager, I didn't want anything to do with school. I failed 2 grades and graduated low in my class. I was more interested in my friends and partying. I became a drummer in a professional rock band, and I know firsthand the dangers plaguing teenagers. Due to positive influences in my life, I was able to overcome addictions and peer pressure, but some of my friends were not as fortunate. Please allow me to be an influence to America's teens instead of what is negatively influencing them.
The future of America rests with our young people. Teenagers of America make up 31% of our population and 100% of our future.
A child is a person who is going to carry on whatever you have started. You may adopt all the policies you please, but how they will be carried out depends on him. He will assume control of your cities, states, and nations. The fate of humanity is in his hands, so it might be well to pay him some attention.
Hi, my name is Josh. I'm 19 years old. When I was younger, I was involved in a lot of heavy drinking, crime, and drugs. I even went as far as becoming a heroin addict and different things like that. I saw the presentation by Sean Maroney in Teens of America. It opened my eyes, helped me to realize that I was going on the path of destruction, and I decided that I was going to be a success, not a statistic.
Telling a teenager to abstain from dangerous activities is not enough. We must show them the consequences of their actions. Teens of America is a non-profit organization dedicated to educating America's youth of the dangers of substance abuse and violence. Through our 1-hour multimedia presentation, we encourage teenagers to abstain from drugs, alcohol, and violence, to take a stand against these destructive devices. STAND is a program to help students recognize the negative influences in their school and focus on becoming part of the solution. STAND teaches teenagers to stand apart from the crowd, to stand for success no matter what everyone else is doing. Our desire is to partner with principals, teachers, and adults that have a burden for their students. We provide student assemblies, curriculum, and resources for your school to make a difference and impact the future of America. We also provide individual counseling and conferences to improve communication between parents and their teenagers. Teens of America is available to help you turn the tide of statistics into success. Please give us a call if we can be of help in any way. Let's work together to change lives and secure the future of America.